I was brought up in that generation where you don't know the meaning of rest. You just work. Heads down, bums up, don't complain, and just work. And if you know, I'm Vietnamese Australian, and Vietnamese, we don't know how to rest. We just work hard and very hard, and it's just crazy. And I'm telling you that it's because what if the greatest threat for our spiritual life is not sin, but busyness? Like we could be so busy doing things or even things for God and forget praying and being with God. Because you know that sin and busyness, they have the same result, is that they keep you away from God. They keep you away from spending time with God and praying to God. And so what I want to do is encourage us as a church community to carve a culture of prayer, not only in the church, but for ourselves. Now, if you are a Christian, if you are following Jesus, I really want to encourage you to have that culture of prayer. Martin Luther, he once said this, I'll quote Luther, he says, "To be a Christian without prayer is no more possible than to be alive without breathing." That we are to be people who would find our secret place so that we could just pray with God. And in that time with God, I believe that God forms something. He changes us. If you read, right, the gospel, you realize that no matter how busy things got for Jesus, he's always carving time to pray. He's always with the Father, no matter how busy. And you notice there's a pattern in Jesus. It's always like public ministry, and then it's like private intimacy, and back to public ministry. He's always praying. He's always in his secret place. I really believe that when you are with God, when you carve that time to be in prayer and learn to hear God, you won't listen to the culture. You won't listen to the trend. You won't even listen to yourself. You listen to the voice of the Father, and there's clarity to exactly where you ought to go. And that's the very first thing he forms in us, a clarity because we spent time with him. Amen? Secondly, is he grows our compassion. The word compassion in the Greek is a word that it's related to the stomach. It's a visceral word. It's an internal word. It's a word where you actually feel sick when you see a condition. That's the meaning right there. Jesus saw this man and he felt sick. There's compassion, right? There's this gut visceral feeling. And he does the unthinkable. He touches this man. You don't touch lepers. He touched this man, and the touching was a way of saying, I see you. I see you. I'm not afraid of your condition. You are not untouchable to me. I love you. I'm compassionate towards you. You see, that compassion flows because he spent time with the Father. And my friends, that's the same for you and for me. You want to see people, you want to have the heart of Jesus, you want to break for the things that break Jesus. I ask you the question, are you seeing the Father in that intimate time of prayer? Because when you do more of that, you begin to be more like him. Here's the third thing that prayer does that grows in us and forms in us. It's commitment. Commitment to keep following Jesus no matter how hard things get. That's the gospel. The wonderful exchange. That on the cross, Jesus took your sin and my sin. He took our sin. Our past, present, and future sin. But not only that, we receive his righteousness. We're now welcome to the family of God. Now listen carefully. Jesus did not stumble his way to the cross. He was committed to the cross. You know, this is very important. That on that moment where he was heading towards the cross in the Garden of Gethsemane, it was hard for him. But Jesus was still committed to the cross. You see, friends, following Jesus, living for Jesus is not easy in this world. I know that. There's so much going on. The culture is very, very strong. But I have some good news. Here's the good news. If you want to grow in your commitment in following Jesus, no matter how hard it is, like if you want to deny yourself and take up that cross, if you want to be salt and light in this world, if you want to live counterculturally, if you want to really obey Jesus in this broken world, I have good news. It starts in that secret place, in that prayer.